We're off to the races. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our political derby. And the race for the GOP nomination is on, so where do the candidates stack up in the rankings this week? Jason Wright, the editor of politicalderby.com, also a New York Times best-selling author with a brand new book out today called The Wedding Letters. There it is. Check it out. It's great. He joins us today from Salt Lake City. Jason, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
All right, let's take a look at the first three leading horses. You've got in the first position Rick Perry, followed by Romney, and then Mr. Paul as well. Now, let's start with Perry. Perry is doing what this week?
I think he continues to fade. We talked 2 weeks ago about how this gap with Romney was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think every time Rick Perry shows up at a debate, he does himself a disservice, maybe out of call in sick or something. I mean, he is fading in these debates. It reminds me a little bit of Fred Thompson. By the end of these debates, he looks older than Ron Paul. Seriously, Rick Perry, if you're watching this morning, and I'm sure you are because it's Fox and Friends, if you'll call me, I will personally buy you a bag of gummy bears and a case of Red Bull, because you've got to do better in these debates.
And you, yeah, call me. You just said Mitt Romney's closing the gap. All he's got to do is make sure he doesn't fall down, doesn't trip, and he'll do okay.
I think that is the Romney team strategy, is just keep on running this race down the track at the same speed, and the other horses are going to hoof themselves to death, and I think he believes that strategy wins the nomination.
Okay, and Ron Paul, as you just mentioned, is still in the top tier. Let's take a look at the second-tier candidates, and you've got surging Mr. Cain, as you can see right there in the center. He's surging, followed by Newt and Michele Bachmann as well.
All the action, I think, right now, and all the storylines, really interesting storylines, are in this middle pack, as Herman Cain had. What a great run in Florida.
No
I mean, a lot of folks felt like he won the debate. Obviously, he won the straw poll. Now, the question for Herman Cain is this. What can he do differently than Michele Bachmann, who had a big surge and faded, Donald Trump, who had a surge when he flirted with the race and then faded, or, as we said, you know, a guy like Fred Thompson, who was such a darling for about 15 minutes and then he faded? What can Herman Cain do differently? What has he learned from their mistakes?
And you say that Newt Gingrich is rising. He's also had a couple of good debates, but Michele Bachmann is fading fast.
Oh, man, Michele Bachmann, are you in the witness protection program? Seriously, where are you in the polls right now? She's getting dangerously close to the Gary Johnson line. I mean, that's just not funny. I mean, she is in a lot of trouble right now. I mean, she's at, what, 4%, I think, in the most recent polling. That's bad, bad news for Michele Bachmann. I think she's toast.
Okay, so even though he's in fourth place, it sounds like Herman Cain is the big winner this week.
He's the horse to watch, ladies and gentlemen. We have got to watch this guy and see if he can get up in front of Ron Paul. I think he's going to do it.
All right. Jason Wright, brand new book out today called Wedding Letters. Check it out. We thank you very much for joining us from politicalderby.com.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Have a great day.